And welcome to the How to Return to Practice webinar. We are here to learn about the process of returning to practice with the College of Registered Nurses of Alberta. Thanks for joining us today. I'd like to begin with the land acknowledgement. We would like to acknowledge that the CRNA office is within Treaty 6 territory, and we recognize our members on Treaty 4, 6, 7, 8, and 10, and Métis homelands. The CRNA is dedicated to improving Indigenous health and to supporting culturally safe and appropriate care to Indigenous patients and families in Alberta. Let's get started with introductions. My name is Lisa Marie McGowan, and I'm the Manager of Navigation Services at the CRNA. I'll be your host for today's session. Now I'll hand it over to my colleagues to introduce themselves.
Good morning. My name is Diana Halabi, and I am the navigator for the College of Registered Nurses of Alberta.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Melissa Bentz. I am the business coordinator for service delivery here at the CRNA.
We all work within the service delivery team. The service delivery team is dedicated to supporting applicants throughout their journey from exploring eligibility to successfully submitting their applications. Our department ensures a smooth and efficient experience by providing guidance, troubleshooting, and personalized support at every stage of the application process. For this next portion, we'll be turning off our cameras so you can focus on the slides. There are a few items to go over before we begin. If you would like to access real-time closed captioning during this webinar, you can click on the 3 dots near the top right-hand corner of the Microsoft Live window. Then select More Actions. Next, select Language and Speech, and finally, click Show Live Captions. Please note, this webinar is being recorded and it will be distributed after the event. Your microphones will remain muted for the duration of the webinar, but you will have the opportunity to ask questions using the question and answer feature at the end of the presentation. Please save your questions until the question period. During today's webinar, you will receive a step-by-step presentation on the application process, insights into our role as a regulator, and information and resources about the customer support that is available to assist you. The topics we will review include who is the CRNA and roles within Alberta's healthcare ecosystem, supports available to you, the College Connect portal, return to practice application requirements, Q&A, and then a quick poll at the end. Let's start with who the CRNA is. The College of Registered Nurses of Alberta, also known as the CRNA, is a regulatory body responsible for protecting the public and providing excellent service to its registrants. Although college is in our name, the CRNA is not an educational institution. The CRNA is responsible for governing and regulating registered nurses, nurse practitioners, certified graduate nurses, and graduate nurse practitioners. Under the Health Professions Act, the CRNA is responsible for establishing and maintaining registration requirements and issuing permits to qualified individuals to allow them to practice in Alberta, a nursing education program approval framework, continuing competence requirements to ensure registrants stay current in their practice, standards of practice, and a code of ethics to provide guidance for the behaviors and conduct expected from its registrants, a complaints management framework to act on complaints concerning its registrants and holding them accountable. The CRNA's council provides governance and oversight to ensure the CRNA is accountable and fulfilling its duties under the HPA. The government protects the public through legislative authorities. This includes passing bills that have effects on how a regulatory body operates. Employers are responsible for setting hiring practices and identifying candidates that are qualified to fulfill job vacancies, providing the required training to ensure its employees are equipped for the specific healthcare environment where they work, and supervising employees and reporting issues or events to the relevant regulatory body. Associations work to advance, develop, and advocate for the profession of nursing. Associations are responsible for advocating to the government and the public on behalf of nurse and the nursing profession, and connecting members and providing services, supports, and resources to their members. Unions advocate for safe and equitable workplaces for nurses in unionized positions. Unions are responsible for helping to resolve workplace issues for nurses and representing nurses in bargaining in their profession and in disputes with employers and professional licensing bodies. We know that navigating the application process can feel overwhelming at times. But the good news is there are several supports available to guide you through each step of the journey. In this section, I'll walk you through the supports available to you. Customer service experts are available to assist applicants throughout the application process. They provide support for troubleshooting issues such as login problems, technical difficulties, and questions about how to submit required documents. If an applicant encounters an issue while navigating the system or needs clarification on an application step, a customer service expert is the first point of contact to ensure a smooth application experience. You can contact the customer service experts between 8:30 a.m. and 4:30 p.m. Mountain Time, Monday to Friday, by telephone at 1-800-252-9392. You can also email them at registration@nurses.ab.ca. Registrant navigators provide personalized guidance to applicants before they start their application. They offer detailed advice tailored to each applicant's unique situation, helping them understand the correct pathway to apply. Navigators can assess whether applicants meet the necessary requirements, and if not, provide guidance on how to fulfill those requirements. You can contact them by submitting a request on our website at any time or by scanning the QR code here. Case management is a team of subject matter experts that offer guidance to applicants and registrants about registration and continuing competence requirements, practice standards, scope of practice, and code of ethics. Under legislated authority, registered nurse consultants make decisions on applications for registration when one or more requirements are not met. You can contact them by submitting a request on our website at any time or by scanning the QR code here. An additional resource that is available to you is the Permit Requirements Worksheet. The worksheet was designed to assist you in completing your return to practice application, and it can be found on our website at any time or by scanning the QR code here. College Connect is the CRNA's registrant and applicant portal. College Connect directly links the CRNA with registrants and applicants. You will use this platform to manage your permit or application for a permit, find regulatory information, and access services. You can access College Connect anywhere, anytime, on any device. Please remember, you can no longer use your registration number to log into the College Connect portal. You must use the email address we have on file as your username. As a reminder, your name on the register and the one you practice with must be the same as your legal name. This allows employers and the public to verify that your permit belongs to you. If your legal name has changed, College Connect's Registrant Services section has an easy self-serve tool to update your name quickly. The Return to Practice application is designed for applicants who did not complete their renewal application before the September 30th deadline, as well as those who have been non-practicing or former registrants and are now preparing to return to practice. To get to the Return to Practice application, you will log into your College Connect account, scroll down to manage your practice. You will select if you are returning to practice as a registered nurse or a nurse practitioner. This page has all the information about the Return to Practice application. If you scroll down to the bottom of the page, you will see the Start Application button. We'll now walk through the requirements within this application. The first step of the application is profile accuracy. In this circle, you will confirm your address, phone numbers, employer information, employer information, and professional designation information. It is important to keep all your personal information up to date. If you have already completed the Protecting Patients and Jurisprudence courses, you will not be required to complete them again. The circle will show green, which means it has been completed. If the circles are gray, you will need to complete the courses before you will be able to submit your application. The next step is existing conditions. You will review and address any conditions you may have on your permit. The next step of the application is currency of practice. Until September 30th, 2025, you will meet the currency of practice requirement if you have completed one of the following. You have completed at least 250 hours of nursing practice anywhere, successfully completed an approved nursing education program, successfully completed the Registered Nurses Canadian Competence Assessment Program with results showing RN level competence, successfully completed a recognized nursing bridging program, or completed nursing courses at a college or university level. Effective October 1st, 2025, the currency requirement will change. You will meet the currency of practice requirement if you have completed one of the following. Within 2 practice years prior to your application, you have completed at least 450 hours of nursing practice anywhere, or within the 5 practice years prior to your application, you completed at least 1,125 hours of nursing practice. For nurse practitioners, you will meet the currency of practice requirement if you have completed one of the following items within the 4 practice years prior to your application. Successfully completed an approved NP education program, or completed at least 1,000 NP hours, of which 500 hours must be clinical practice hours applicable to the stream of practice. If you are unable to maintain currency for NP renewal, you can renew as an RN provided you meet the RN currency requirement. Hours worked as an NP count towards RN hours. You will confirm that you have met one of these requirements by attesting yes, you meet the requirement. If you don't meet the currency of practice requirement, please request a consultation with the Registrant Navigator service, and they will be able to assist you with options for meeting this requirement. The next step is other jurisdiction verification. You will confirm the information in this circle is correct. If you currently hold a nursing permit outside of Alberta, you can also add it here if you have not already done so. The next step of your application is fitness to practice. You must demonstrate fitness to practice to be registered with the CRNA. In order to demonstrate fitness to practice, you must be able to truthfully answer no to all of the following questions. You will confirm you do not have a physical or mental health condition or disorder that impairs your ability to provide nursing care, and you will confirm you do not have an addiction to or dependence to alcohol, drugs, or other chemicals that impairs your ability to provide nursing care. If one of the situations applies to you, your application will be escalated for review. Please answer no if you have a supported return to work plan or on maternity leave. The next step is good character. You must demonstrate good character and reputation to be registered with the CRNA. In order to demonstrate good character, you must be able to truthfully answer no to all of the following questions. Have you been disciplined or had conditions imposed due to unprofessional conduct by a nursing or professional body other than the CRNA? Have you pled guilty or been found guilty of a criminal offense inside Canada or an offense of similar nature outside Canada? Have you had your registration or license denied, revoked, cancelled, or suspended due to unprofessional conduct by a nursing or professional body other than the CRNA? Have you had a judgment in a civil action against you with respect to nursing practice? If one of these situations applies to you, your application will be escalated for review. Please answer no if the CRNA is already aware of or has already dealt with the matter. The next step is professional liability. You will need to purchase professional liability protection and core services with the Canadian Nurses Protective Society. The information you provide to CNPS will need to match your name and number found in the top right-hand corner of College Connect. You will need to select Alberta as the province and registered nurse as the nursing designation. Registrants need to purchase the basic CNPS professional liability protection and core services, so that would be the lowest cost option. If you choose to purchase a membership with AAN, you will get a discount on CNPS professional liability protection. After you have successfully purchased liability protection, CNPS will email you a receipt. Afterwards, you must log back into your College Connect account. Open the professional liability requirements circle and select Next Step. This will make the application system confirm you have purchased the liability insurance. If the requirement does not show as completed, you may have not provided correct information, your name or registration number may not match, you did not select the correct practice year, or you did not fully finish buying the liability insurance with CNPS. If the information you provided is incorrect, you will need to contact CNPS and provide the correct information. The next step is payment. The permit fee is $480 plus GST, equaling a total of $504, and is only collected once per registrant per practice year. The next step is declaration and submit. In each box, you will enter your initials, declaring the statement is true. Once you have entered your initials, you will be able to select Confirm, and you will be able to hit the next button at the bottom of the page, and that will take you to information about email preferences, and if you would like to be contacted about research, and the ability to submit your application. Once your application has been submitted, you will not be able to go back in to make any changes. You will receive an email once your application has been approved. The CRNA has another grouping of informational videos and webinars called the Regulatory Spectrum Video and Webinar Series. The videos and webinars in this series provide information about how right touch relational regulation shapes the way we regulate in the public's interest. Each session is led by subject matter experts from the college and provide the opportunity to learn about various aspects of the CRNA's role as a regulator. We will now take questions. To ask a question, please type it in the Q&A chat function. You can find the Q&A button at the top of the screen. Once you click on that, you will be able to ask a question. We ask that you do not include any personal details in the chat, but we are happy to answer general questions about the application process. If you have questions specific to your individual application, please request a consultation with a registrant navigator via our website after the webinar or using the QR code here. Our team will work to answer as many questions as possible today. If we are unable to get to your question, we'll be sending an email with frequently asked questions within the next week. I will just give it a few minutes for questions to start coming in for Diana to start asking.
Thank you, Lisa. Just waiting for some questions to be posted.
Yep. No problem.
I have a question about fitness to practice. What happens if you do not meet fitness to practice?
You can you can absolutely book a navigator appointment to address the details of your particular situation. It is likely that it would be escalated to one of our registered nurse consultants. And beyond that, it's hard to give specifics. There are a lot of different ways to not meet fitness to practice, and a lot of different areas of nursing. Feel free to jump in if either of you want to expand on that.
For fitness to practice, if you're not sure, I would suggest starting with the request practice guidance. The nurse consultants you can use that QR code there and connect with them directly, and they'd be able to give you better guidance. Yes.
Thank you. I have a question. It's more personal related regarding fitness to practice and having a mistake that's done throughout the application. I do recommend that you do email registration@nurses.ab.ca, and we would be more than happy to assist you on your personal question that you've asked. I have a question regarding hours of practice, how to complete hours of practice for return to work.
Just to clarify, so hours count in the Lisa Marie went over in the presentation how to count your currency. If you do not have currency, you need to get currency before you have a permit. And there was a handful of ways listed to achieve that, including the RN cap, the competency assessment, or one of the bridging programs.
And for specific scenarios, they can book an appointment with a navigator to go over their specific scenario to kind of figure out what the best option for them would be too. So you can book appointment with a navigator for that question also.
Thanks, Lisa. I have a more personal question, but I'm just going to make it more general. It's a question regarding requirements for taking university courses for meeting requirements for fitness to practice.
Request an appointment with the practice guidance team. Yep, that would be the best option for you.
Thank you.
For very specific scenarios, it's just always best to book and talk about your specific scenario. We can only kind of give generic answers here.
Yeah. I have a question about maternity leave and if there's any fitness certificate needed for that. After maternity leave. Okay.
No. You would just fill the return to practice app exactly as we showed here.
Okay, I'm just waiting for some more questions. Someone is asking regarding hours from out of province and out of country as if they do count as well. And I do believe that they mean currency.
Yes, so any jurisdiction where you hold a valid registered nurse permit and are working as a registered nurse, those hours count towards your currency wherever they are.
Thank you, Melissa. I am seeing some questions regarding bridging education and more specifically to people's situation. I think it's best if you do book a navigator's appointment and then we can discuss your specific concern and question.
Yeah, we can go into more details in a consultation. Yeah.
I don't see any questions being asked. Just
Okay.
going to give it another minute if you want to, just to see if anybody has any questions.
And the two QR codes still on the screen should take you to a form to book either a navigator appointment or a practice consultation, which is, as we said, exactly where we can talk about specific individual circumstances and how best to navigate them.
Yeah. Okay, I will, I'll move on then. Before you head out today, we'd really appreciate it if you could take a moment to answer the quick poll question that will be on your screen. Your feedback helps us improve and make future webinars even more valuable for you. It will just pop up in a moment there for you. So yeah, if you could just take one quick moment to fill that out, that would be amazing. And then other than that, thank you for taking the time to join us for this webinar. We'll just give it a minute just so everybody can finish the poll.
If you can't see the poll in front of you, it is also in the chat.
Oh, is it? I just want to make sure everybody has the opportunity to answer before we leave.
Well, I think we're good. Thank you, everybody, for attending.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.